Namaste to all my dear students. I know you all are fit and healthy and enjoying your online learning. So I welcome you all in today's maths class. Children, today we are going to start another chapter, multiples and factors. So let's begin our journey. Topic for the day is factors, multiples and divisibility rules. So children, in today's class, we will be learning about factors, how to find factors and its properties. Similarly, to find the multiples of a given number and its properties. Also the divisibility rules of 2, 5, 10, 3 and 9. Children, do you remember them? They are Sam and Misha. Misha and Sam has 12 beautiful daisy flowers. They want to arrange them in different ways so that no flower is left behind. But they don't know how to do it. Will you help them? Can you arrange these flowers in different ways as they want? Okay. So let's help each other and let's try to arrange these flowers in different ways. Okay. Children, we can do it mathematically and we can do it by using factors. So let's know what are factors. Let's define factors. A factor of a number is the exact divisor of the numbers. Children, it means the factor of a number divides it completely without leaving any remainder. It means on completion of the division, the remainder is always 0. So, the divisor by which we are dividing the number is known as the factor of the number. Okay. Now children, we have to arrange 12 flowers which Sam and Misha were having in different ways. So for that we should know the factors of 12. That means when we divide 12 by its factors, no remainder should be there, or when we'll arrange the flowers, there will be no flower left behind. So it will not leave behind any remainder if the number by which we are dividing 12 is its factor. Here you can see that the flowers are arranged in a single row. Let's count the flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Okay, so there are 12 flowers in one single row. Children, for this, what we can write as multiplication sentence? 1 multiplied by 12 equals to 12. That means 12 flowers are arranged in a single row. Okay, now let's see the second arrangement. See, now here we have 2 rows and each row is having 6 flowers. So our multiplication sentence will be 2 multiplied by 6 equals to 12. So till now we have formed 2 arrangements of the flowers. Now children, here you can see if we divide 12 by 1, what will be our answer? 12. And if we divide 12 by 6, what we will get? 2. And hence there are 2 rows. Another way of arranging the flowers is to put them in 3 rows. Let's count the number of flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So children, you can see there are 3 rows and each row is having 4 flowers, right? Which gives a total of 12 flowers. So 3 multiplied by 4 equals to 12. Here, if we divide 12 by 4, we'll obtain 3. And you can see there is no flower left behind. Now here comes one more arrangement. Children, you can see here how many rows we have. One row with 3 flowers, another row with 3 flowers, third row with 3 flowers, and fourth row with 3 flowers. So in all we have how many flowers? 4 multiplied by 3 equals to 12, right? Now if we divide 12 by 3, we'll obtain the answer as 4, and hence we have 4 rows. Each row is having 3 flowers, which comes to the total of 12. And yes, of course, no flower is left behind, right? Now children, here comes another arrangement. How many rows we have? One row with 2 flowers, second row with 2 flowers, third row with 2 flowers, fourth row again with 2 flowers, fifth row with 2 flowers, and then sixth row with 2 flowers. And it means we have in all 6 multiplied by 2 equals to 12 flowers. So children, have you seen how many arrangements we can do? And this is all because with the help of factors. Let's collect all the arrangement together. Look, we can arrange the flowers in so many ways. One row with 12 flowers each, 2 rows with 6 flowers each, 3 rows of 4 flowers each, or 4 rows of 3 flowers each. Similarly, 6 rows of 2 flowers each and 12 rows of 1 flower each. So children, this way we can obtain our factors of 12 because on arranging the flowers in these combinations, no flower was left behind. Here children, note one thing, that 3 times 4 is same as 4 times 3. Similarly, 2 times 6 is same as 6 times 2 and 1 times 12 is same as 12 times 1. So, the similar combinations can be removed to find the factors easily. Therefore, we remove 4 times 3, 6 times 2 and 12 times 1. So now we obtain all the factors of 12. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. Let's find all the factors of 6. Children, to find all the factors of any number, we should remember the multiplication table of the number in which that number exists. Here, we will start thinking from 1 and check all the tables where you can get 6 as a product. Okay, so let's start thinking from 1. So in multiplication table of 1, 1 into 6 gives us 6. Then 2 multiplied by 3 also gives us 6. 3 multiplied by 2 gives 6. And again 6 multiplied by 1 also gives us 6. Now children, you can see here that after 2 times 3 equals to 6, 3 times 2 is also equals to 6. That means the same combination is repeated. Hence, we can remove the same combinations. So we will remove 3 times 2, also 6 times 1. Therefore, we now obtain the factors of 6 as 1, 2, 3 and 6. So, the factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3 and 6. Properties of factors. 1 is the factor of all numbers. That means 1 divides all the numbers completely, leaving 0 as remainder because all the numbers comes in the multiplication table of 1. 1 is the smallest factor of a number. Next, a number is the factor of itself. For example, number 25. If we divide 25 by itself, we'll get remainder as 0. So, a number is the factor of itself. A number is the greatest factor of itself. It means there is no other greater number than the number itself which divides it completely. For example, 25. There is no other greater number than 25 which divides it completely. Okay. Factors are finite. That means we can count factors. Factors are countable. The factor of a number is smaller than or equal to the number. Say for example, factors of 25. The biggest factor of the 25 is 25 and the other factors are less than 25. Okay. Every number has at least two factors, that is 1 and the number itself. Children, all the numbers, whatever number of factors they have two factors for sure, 1 and number itself. Say for example, in 6, we have two factors, 1 and number itself, and the rest of the factors lies between 1 and 6. Similarly, in 12, factors 1 and 12 are there, and rest of the numbers which are factors lies between 1 and 12. So, every number, whatever number of factors it has, it will definitely be having two factors, 1 and itself. Now let's move on to the next topic of the day, that is multiples. A number is a multiple of each of its factors. For example, the factors of 8 are 1, 2, 4 and 8. It means if we multiply 1 and 8, we will obtain 8, and on multiplying 2 and 4, we will get 8. So, 8 is the multiple of 1, 2, 4 and 8. That means 8 will come in the multiplication table of 1, 2, 4 and 8. Now children, here you can see 1 multiplied by 8 equals to 8. 2 multiplied by 4 equals to 8. So 1, 2, 4 and 8 are known as factors and 8 is the multiple. Finding multiples. To find the multiples of a number, multiply it by 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. That means multiply the given number with different numbers to find the multiples. For example, find the first 5 multiples of 7. So let's find 7 multiplied by 1 equals to 7. 7 multiplied by 2 equals to 14. 7 multiplied by 3 equals to 21. 7 multiplied by 4 equals to 28. 7 multiplied by 5 equals to 35. So children, first 5 multiples of 7 are 7, 14, 21, 28 and 35. Properties of multiples. Every number is a multiple of 1 and a multiple of itself. It means all the numbers are in the multiplication table of 1 and also they are the multiple of itself. The smallest and the first multiple of a number is the number itself. Take the multiples of 7. 7 ones are 7. That means the first multiple of 7 is 7 and also it is the smallest multiple because all the other numbers which are smaller than 7 are not the multiples of 7. Next property says every multiple of a number is equal to or greater than the number. In case of 7 children, 7 is equal to 7 and rest of the multiples are greater than 7. Okay. Multiples are infinite, so there is no greatest multiple of a number. Now here, what does infinite means? Infinite means uncountable. We cannot count because there is no and of multiples and hence there is no greatest multiple of any number. The multiples of 2 are called even numbers and the numbers that are not multiples of 2 are called odd numbers. What are the multiples of 2? 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 18, 16 and so on. So all these are even numbers and the numbers like 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, all these are not the multiples of 2. So these are known as odd numbers. Now let's learn the divisibility rules. Divisibility rules help you find if a number is completely divisible by another number without actually dividing. It means that without actual division, by just using the rules, we can find out whether the given number is divisible or not by the given number, right? Now let's learn the divisibility by 2, 5 and 10. Here comes the rules. Children, a number is divisible by 2 if the last digit or at ones place we have 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. See the examples. 10, 22, 34, 46 and 58 all have the last digit as 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8. So all these numbers are divisible by 2. We don't have to calculate and find out. Simple. Now look for the divisibility rule of 5. If the last digit is 0 or 5, then the given number will be divisible by 5. For example, in 20 and 35, the last digit is 0 or 5. Hence, these two numbers are divisible by 5. Okay. Next is, a number is divisible by 10 if the last digit is just 0. So, it's very obvious that 30 and 40 are divisible by 10 because both have 0 as its last digit. Okay. Now let's learn the divisibility by 3 and 9. Here comes the rules. A number is divisible by 3 if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3. Children, sum of the digits. Sum of the digit means if we have a number and we have to check it for the divisibility by 3. So we will add all the digits of that number. For example, here 48. 48 has two digits, 4 and 8. So we will add 4 and 8, which will gives us 12. And it is very obvious that 12 comes in the multiplication table of 3. That is 12 is divisible by 3. Hence, number 48 will also be completely divisible by 3. We don't need to do any actual division. Okay. Similarly, divisible by 9. When a number will be divisible by 9? If the sum of its digit is divisible by 9. For example, take 63. Now in 63 we have two digits, 6 and 3. We will add them and obtain 9. 6 plus 3 is 9. And since 9 is divisible by 9, therefore 63 is also divisible by 9. Okay children, so you have to just remember that to check the divisibility of 3 and 9, what you have to do? You have to add all the digits. If the addition of the digit comes in the multiplication table of 3 or 9, then the given number is divisible by 3 or 9. I hope after watching this video, you will able to understand well the concepts of factors, multiples and divisibility rules. So, now do the given worksheet in your notebooks. Don't forget to put date, day, chapter number, exercise number and submit the work on time. And yes, of course, do neat and clean work, okay? Thanks for watching.